Good morning, guitar players. Welcome to my Facebook Live event. We do this every Thursday morning, 9:45 a.m. Boy, are we going through something. It's called an election, and it's just been really crazy and stressful. So I am here to give you just a few minutes break from whatever's been swirling around you, which is probably a lot because that's the way I feel. Anyway, so glad you have joined me this morning. We are going to take a look at a wonderful groove. I don't really have one favorite groove, but if I did, this might be it. So it's a 6/8 groove, and just your life is better, much better with it than without it. So we're going to talk about that. Meanwhile, though, I want to just encourage you to visit my website, ellenbritton.com, because on there you can sign up for my free monthly newsletter, which that'll keep you in the loop. You'll hear about my future Zoom classes, which I usually do once a month or so. We just did one on classic soul tunes, which just made everything better. Motown and Bill Withers and just a bunch of great tunes. You don't want to miss future classes, so you're going to sign up for my free monthly newsletter. Won't clog up your inbox, just once a month, and interviews with cool people and star students and just fun little cartoons. It just makes your life better, I like to think. Anyway, so you find that on my website. You can also check out on my YouTube channel, Ellen Britton Guitar, like a gazillion free little mini lessons just like this one. So, well, let's get right in the groove. So I told you this rhythm we're going to focus on this morning is a 6/8 groove. And usually when you hear somebody talk about a time signature with numbers, you hear two numbers, 6/8. For example. The second one, we don't really need to pay much attention to right now. I think it relates to staff notation, which is not a world that I live in. So I just ignore that second one unless you're reading staff notation and care about that. The first number is critically important. The first number, so 6/8, now I'm talking about the 6 part, tells you how many beats are in the measure, okay, or how many beats in a bar, same thing. So most songs have 4 beats to the bar, and you probably already knew that. Your ear definitely knows it. Most songs have 4, but that's not the only choice. We can have 6. So if we have a song with a 6/8 groove, playing a rhythm with 4 beats to the measure is never going to work. If you just, you'll remember that from 3rd grade, that 4 does not equal 6. Or 1st grade, whenever that became apparent to you. So anyway, we need a special groove, a special way of handling the rhythm with the right hand to play a 6/8 song. Now you might be thinking, wow, this is more math than I thought. Do I really care about this? I'm telling you, you do. Because, for example, always stay humble and kind. I know that's not the melody because I'm blanking on it right now, but this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. That's a 6/8 groove, as is a John Mayer tune. All daughters, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, and there's a, and it's too soon to tell. Okay, there's just a trillion amazing songs with a 6/8 groove. So how do we do it? Well, you may not be surprised to hear me say that with our right hand, we need to do 6 little down strums, okay? And I say little because I don't want you to play like a Viking and go, because that's just too much of everything. So what we're trying to do is actually do 3 of them on the lower part of the chord, and then the second 3 on the higher part of the chord. So take your pick, and yes, you do want to pick, even if you're not sure if you love picks, give it a whirl, pick up a pick, and take a G chord, which is what I have over here, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's low, 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 high, 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 low, low, low. Doesn't have to be exact, all right? Don't worry about that. I'll tell you when you need to be exact. I can be a real stickler when it matters. It doesn't really matter that much right now. Just basically the low and the high. Don't you love it already? The only thing that I actually am a stickler about in this is for you to get the bass note. Make sure in that low part you're getting the bass note. Because of course I always want the bass note. I never don't want the bass note because it just makes everything better. So you can do this at a lot of different speeds. So the John Mayer song I did was relatively slower, etc. But and it's too soon to tell. It's too soon to say. That's a little faster. You know, another example is I got a girl, hate to admit it. So that's another example. So back to our G chord, let's just get the feel of that. Low, 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 high, high, low, low, high. Here's my 6 minor chord. Ooh, see how we're using numbers? Go to your 4 chord, that's a C chord. Now go to a 5 chord just because we love 5 chords, especially before we come back to the 1. I'm just throwing in a little number stuff because it's the best thing ever, okay? It makes you smarter, makes you a better musician, and explains what your ear loves. Well, that was just a little left-hand digression. Here's my 5 chord, okay? And there's a Kelly Clarkson song, which I love. So there's just a whole lot you can do with this 6/8 groove, okay? So I'm just going to plant a little seed in your brain for the future. A lot of times when we play a 6/8 groove, we actually don't want to strum. We want to hear a picking pattern. So sometime soon, maybe next week, I don't know, I haven't decided yet, we'll do a picking pattern that has, 6 notes in it. And that'll be perfect for a 6/8 groove. And then you'll have a choice between strumming for your 6/8 groove or doing a picking pattern. Okay? All right, y'all. Come to my website, say hi, sign up for my email list, get my free monthly newsletter, and look for my next Zoom class. We're still figuring out the date and the topic. Somebody made a fabulous suggestion that we do a class on John Prine songs. So I really am thinking about doing that because we lost him to COVID earlier in the year, and he was just a fabulous songwriter and wrote a million great songs. So, and some of them had a 6/8 groove to it. So anyway, hope to see you next Thursday, 9:45 a.m. And every Thursday after that, I'll be here doing a little mini guitar lesson. Meanwhile, stay in the groove.